Hey folks, Matt from Weight Health Synergy. Got a raw food recipe for you today. Crunchy, spicy, salt and vinegar sunflower seeds. So I'm going to show you how to make them. We've got what you need right here. You need a bowl, a measuring cup, and your raw sunflower seeds. I use raw shelled sunflower seeds, preferably organic. And so you need a measuring cup here. I've got 4 cups of sunflower seeds. We're going to put them in the bowl. And the first step is to soak them overnight, so approximately 8 hours or so. You don't want to go too long with them because you don't want them to start to rot. So overnight is the rule of thumb. So 8 hours is good. Here I'm putting them in the bowl. This is the bowl I'm going to soak them in. I'm putting in 4 cups of sunflower seeds, and you're going to want to add about 8 cups of water, or at least enough to give them a good covering. As you see, I've basically filled the bowl because they will absorb the water overnight. The sunflower seeds will absorb the water, and then you want to make sure you have enough water in there so that they're still covered once they've done their absorbing. So put the water in, put a lid on it, leave them to sit overnight, and then we're going to flip into the next segment where they've been sitting overnight now, and so they're ready to strain. Here I have the strainer out. You can see the sunflower seeds there. That's after about 8 hours of soaking. So after they've soaked overnight, they've started to get ready to sprout, to grow plants. So they're much more digestible, much healthier for you. Best way to eat the seeds. Here we are is they've been strained. I've strained them over in the sink. Didn't show you doing that because the sink was a mess. But there we go. There's the sunflower seeds, and strained out the soak water. Gave them a rinse, and here's what we need to make a marinade to soak them in again now for about 3 to 4 hours. We need 4 cups of water, apple cider vinegar, that's raw, unpasteurized, unfiltered, Mrs. Bragg's liquid soy seasoning, some amino acids, and then some sea salts, coarse sea salts, doesn't matter, just sea salts, natural sea salts. And we're also going to need some cayenne pepper. There you see the cayenne pepper, and a big bowl to do the soaking in, to make the marinade up in. So we're going to add the 4 cups of water, preferably filtered RO water. You can use distilled water if you want. We take a half cup of apple cider vinegar. Again, that's unfiltered, unpasteurized apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to take a half cup of that. Going to add that to the 4 cups of water. Just pour it in there. And the next ingredient, we're going to use the liquid soy seasoning, or the Mrs. Bragg's amino acids. We're going to want a 1/4 cup of that. So we're going to take a 1/4 cup of that. And once that's full, we are going to take that and add it over to our mixture. So that's 1/4 cup of Mrs. Bragg's. Going to add that to the mixture. If it seems like things are going a little slow, it's kind of hard to shoot and do the film with one hand and make this with the other. So now we're adding a tablespoon of sea salt. We're actually going to add 2 tablespoons. So it's going to take a second here while I'm holding the camera in one hand and doing the adding the ingredients in the other. So there's 1 tablespoon of sea salts. And we're measuring out a 2nd tablespoon of sea salts, and we're going to add that to the mixture. So what we're going to have now is 4 cups of water, half a cup of apple cider vinegar, raw and pasteurized, 1/4 cup Mrs. Bragg's, and 2 tablespoons of sea salt. And here we have a good, probably about a tablespoon of cayenne pepper. So you can kind of do that to taste, but you do want enough in there because this is a marinade. You're not eating it directly. Just to give it a little snap. So then we want to mix it up really good, stir that for a bit, make sure you get the salt mixed in, and you want to mix in all the ingredients there, especially the salt and the cayenne pepper. Next we want to add agave nectar, however you want to pronounce it. So that's a natural sweetener. You can get, this one here I don't think is unpasteurized, but you can get the raw one as well. So you just want to add, I put in an 1/8 of a cup or so there. So you want to just mix that into with your ingredients as well. So that's about an 1/8 of a cup of agave nectar. You could use honey or raw cane sugar, whatever your natural sweetener of choice is. Again, I used 1/8 of a cup of agave nectar. Going to stir that in really good so everything's well stirred. And now I'm going to take my 4 cups of soaked sunflower seeds. Those are the ones that have been soaked overnight, about 8 hours. And I'm just going to add that to the mixture. It's going to dump it in. I'm going to scoop out my bowl so I've got them all in. And then I'm going to give it a good stir. Make sure that everything's stirred up in the marinade and the sunflower seeds get a good mix up in the marinade. And then basically once you've stirred that up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to let this sit for 3 to 4 hours. What you're doing here is giving the sunflower seeds a chance to marinate in the mixture so that they take on the flavor of what you've just mixed up. And so they're going to soak that up a bit. So I usually cover that after I've stirred it up, let it sit for 3 to 4 hours, and then you're ready to strain the sunflower seeds out again and get ready to dehydrate them. So these are the trays from my Excalibur dehydrator. This is the larger model. I think it's a 15 by 15 trays. So basically you want to strain your sunflower seeds again from the marinade, and as you get them all strained out, get as much liquid out as possible so that you're not getting a lot of liquid on your dehydrator trays. And then you want to spread them out carefully on the dehydrator tray. So we're just going to go through straining out the sunflower seeds here and adding them to the dehydrator trays, and then we're going to smooth them out, make them as even as possible, nice even layer for dehydrating on the dehydrator trays in preparation to go in the Excalibur dehydrator. So we're just finishing up here. That's the last of the sunflower seeds. Try to balance out so you've got even amounts on each tray, because you want to have an even amount of drying time. You don't want one drying before the other. And then just take your spoon or your spatula, whatever you have, and spread it out as evenly as possible all the way to the edges so you get a nice even dry time and no uneven spots, so you're equalizing the dry time, and you're not going to have some areas dry before others. So basically just spread it out as much as possible there, as even as possible. And then we put the trays into the Excalibur dehydrator. That's my Excalibur right there. Best dehydrator on the market if you're looking for a dehydrator. Those are the ones to buy. Medical grade Lexan components, 10-year warranty on the upgraded model, and the most accurate thermostat on the market. Here I'm putting the front cover on. Going to set the thermostat. I'm going to put it at around 105 to 110. And yeah, I've set it at 105, it looks like there. Sometimes I'll go as high as 110. You want to make sure you stay under 118, which is where enzymes start to kill off. So you want to stay at 110 or lower. So 105 is good. And it's going to take about 12 to 18 hours, just depending on how thick your layer of sunflower seeds is. With these ones here, with the 4 cups, it takes about 12 hours. Here they are done after the 12 hours. And there's the front off. There's the sunflower seeds dried on the Excalibur trays. They're all dry now, ready to eat or to package up for storage. And here I've got them back upstairs again in the kitchen, and I'm going to bag them up so that I eat these, my kids eat these. My kids just love them. We go through tons of these. And basically what I do is once they're ready here, I bag them up in Ziploc sandwich bags, and they're usually gone within a few days. I often make a couple batches like this a week. So there's some in the Ziploc sandwich bags. Those Teflon liners on the trays there make it very easy to put on top of or to fold them and to dump them into the sandwich bags. So there you have it, folks. That is how to make crunchy, spicy, salt and vinegar sunflower seeds. They're absolutely delicious. I love them, the kids love them, and they're really healthy for you. Thanks for tuning in, and tune in again soon. We'll be back with more health tips, more weight loss tips, and keep you up to date with Weight Health Synergy. Thanks a lot, folks.